Funnily enough, sorry I'm still eating, but I actually haven't opened them this morning. Got up and we had a little Christmas thing at home before we came up with the rest of our family, and the kids sort of had Santa Claus, which was, I shouldn't say it was me, should I? But yeah, and then this morning, no interest from the kids. So I'll go back now and see if they're keen, but the presents are still there, ready to be opened.
Is there a Christmas present in the form of bag and drink for Michael Neser?
We'll find out tomorrow. Obviously the wicket's a little bit unknown. Certainly looks a bit different to the last few test matches. So, but we've got a plan in place for probably both scenarios if we think there's going to be a bit in the wicket. And if we think it's going to be similar to the old MCG, we've probably got two different teams, to be honest. So we'll make a final call tomorrow.
Is it, just how big a call would it be to play the extra bowler? I mean, it's something that's very rarely done.
Yeah.
Probably err on the side of caution and just play the extra batter. I mean, does it seem as sort of a bit of a risk to play the extra bowler?
Again, not looking at the wicket that we've played on in the last 2 or 3 Boxing Day Test matches. I think it's been very hard to take 20 wickets. So, as I said, if it's something similar to that, then it's certainly a possibility that that's the way we go. Our batting team in the last few months has been scoring a lot of runs. So if we were to go one more bowler, we'd be comfortable with it. They would do the job, and obviously the bowlers that we would be bringing in can all bat. So whilst we're taking a batter out, we're probably lengthening our line up a little bit. So it's just weigh it up tomorrow and go from there.
Is the pitch more significant, this test than any other test this summer? And to that end, have you spoken to anyone from Victoria and anyone about how it might actually play?
Yeah, we've got Andrew McDonald, Peter Siddle, James Pattinson. We've obviously been speaking a lot to the curator, so we think we know what we're going to get, but again, we just want to make sure with a nice day again today and tomorrow morning that it is what we think it is. But yeah, certainly with what's happened in the last Shield game and the last few Test matches, I think the MCG wicket has got a little bit of intrigue to it, and people are interested and excited to see how it plays.
Are you expecting it to be livelier than what we've seen the last couple of years?
Yeah, from what I'm looking at the moment, I would. It looks like it's got some pretty thick live grass on it at the moment, which I haven't seen here before. But again, speaking to Sids and Paddo and Ronnie in the early Shield games when it was nipping around, it was that sort of day one, and then it became a pretty good wicket again to bat on for majority of the game. Saw a little bit of spin from Mitchell Swepson late in a Shield game here against Victoria as well. So their feedback has been that, barring the one game against Western Australia, the wicket's been much improved and a very good cricket wicket.
If Michael does come in and that's at 7, are you confident enough in yourself to be batting at 6 and holding up that middle order?
Yep, otherwise we wouldn't be doing it.
Obviously, a bit more responsibility comes with that, though. I mean, do you welcome that, obviously? But, I mean, do you feel like your game's in good order to
Yeah.
find yourself in the top 6?
Yeah, like if I have to bat in the top 6, that's what I'll do. I'm not too fussed whether it's 6 or 7. There's not a huge difference. So we're all we're all here to do what we think is best for the team. And if guys bat up or down the order a little bit more than usual, then that's what we'll do. Same with our new ball guys. We've swapped the new ball around, and guys have taken that on board and just played their role. And I'm no different.
It purely will be a selection for this test routine. I know the fact these are now 2 proper back-to-back tests, and Pat and Mitch have played all the cricket basically this summer. Is there any eye on their workloads at the moment, or are they pulling?
Yeah, I think there's constant looking at their workloads. We're very lucky that we've got those guys. They're great athletes. They've shown over a long period of time that they can carry the load. Having said that, what we saw with Josh last week is that they're only human. So of course we've got to be really careful with those guys. They're very valuable assets for our cricket team. There's no doubt about that. But at the same time, with the guys we've got sitting on the sidelines, we know are as good as those guys. Certainly James Pattinson, Peter Siddle, Michael Neser has been excellent for Queensland for a number of years. So we know whoever of those guys replace them or come into the side, we know will do a good job.
How hard was it for you then, Tim, to juggle like 4 quicks and a spinner on your
That would be a nice problem to have. It would be better than the one I had last week in Perth, that's for sure. So, look, I think the more options you can have, the better. So, as I said, we'll have a look at the wicket and make that call.
The fact that you are contemplating Michael Neser depending on the pitch, he's been a new ball bowler for most of his career. Does that change once he comes comes in a five-man attack?
But yeah, again, he'll play, if he was to play, he'd play whatever role he needs to. He came on the A tour to England, bowled new ball, bowled first change, bowled whenever, and he's got the skills to bowl at any stage of the game. He's good with the old ball. He bowls good reverse. Him and Sid's are pretty similar type bowlers. So again, whatever role either of those guys play, they'll be ready to do so.
Just one on Pat Cummins, he's had a great year. Like, just from a wicket-keeping perspective, like, what stands out for you? What makes him so special when you see him starting? He's relentless. His line and length is outstanding, and I think for a guy of his pace, that's quite unusual. I think he's just always at the batsman. He's always building pressure, always has them under pressure. And I think if you do that to any batter from a long period of time, you can take wickets. And Pat certainly does that. He creates a lot of pressure every time he's bowling. He obviously bowls at high speed, great control, good bouncer. So he's got all the tools, and he gets it right more often than not. So yeah, he's a pretty special bowler.
Is he cricket in the world at the moment? Is he the best fast bowler in the world at the moment? He's the leading, exactly.
Yeah, I think he's probably clearly the best bowler in the world. I think his stats will probably back that up, and not just for one series or one test or two tests here or there. He's done it every game. I think he's getting better with experience as well. I think you're noticing he's not always bowling high 140s anymore. He's bowling within himself, which is a great attribute and skill to be able to have, to bowl slightly within yourself and still be quick enough and good enough to knock over the best players in the world. And then and when he has to, and if there's not much in the wicket, he can crank it back up to high speed. So like I said, he's extremely valuable.
James Patterson, obviously a Victorian boy. We all know the injury struggles he's had. How's he tracking along for CG?
Yeah, he's flying. He bowled in a centre wicket at the Wacker last week before the Test match over at Perth Stadium, and the boys were not lining up to face the big fella, so he's fresh. He's bowling quickly. He's bowling well. He's swinging the ball. So yeah, he's another one that if he plays tomorrow, will be a real handful.
It's the last test, and Tim, how do you reflect on 2019 and everything that's dealt you and how you dealt with it back in the team?
Yeah, we're really proud of the way we've handled the last 12 months. We think we've made significant strides as a cricket team, both on and off the field. We reflected on that in a team meeting the other day. So yeah, we've given ourselves a little bit of a pat on the back, I suppose, for the work that everyone's put in, and we said, that everyone that was in the room the other day should be really proud of what we've been able to achieve in the last 12 months. But we're not going to be resting on it, and this team's got some really clear goals set out and where we want to be in the next 12 months as well. So we'll keep pushing ourselves and holding ourselves accountable to try and get better and continue to grow.
What would it mean to win this series, say 2-0, or potentially 3-0, because we went to number 2 on the rankings? What would it mean to you guys to have come from where you were to officially at the
It'd be nice. We want to win every test match we play in, particularly now with the Test Championship. So I think we've got an eye more on that than the official ranking. We're keeping an eye on that ladder, and we're very aware of what games are worth what points. And yeah, so it's not looking too far ahead now, and it's actually how it is. You don't look at winning a Test series; it's Test match by Test match, because there's so much on the line in terms of that ladder. And as I said, we've got some goals as a team where we want to be come the end of that, and winning Test matches is a huge part of getting to where we want to get to with our on-field stuff.
Tim, JL didn't have any worries with David Warner yesterday. I mean, just how's he tracking so far? Yeah,
he's fine. He batted for a long time again this morning. He's just bowled 5 or 6 overs to the kids, and he looks like he's ready to go. So yeah, I don't think he's having too many issues other than a bit of a blow on the thumb, which can happen.
Can we just talk about your sort of moment out on the ground when you get to the MCG on Christmas Day with the 2 little ones? I mean, standing in the middle of an empty MCG, what's that like? As a Test captain.
Yeah, it was nice. Particularly, I don't know. There's something different about taking my little boy out there today. I walked him out to the wicket and asked him if we should be batting or bowling. He didn't give me too much. Normally, he gives me a little bat or a little ball, but he was as confused as me. So. But yeah, I think it's with our jobs as well, we're away a lot.
we don't see our family all the time. So when you're away for Christmas and New Year's and important dates and birthdays, it's great that we get the opportunity to have our families here with us for the next couple of weeks, and to be involved in a Boxing Day test is special for us, and it's great for us to be able to share the history and the things that go with the Boxing Day test with our family. So it's exciting for all of us to bring our kids and mums and dads in to the change rooms and to have a look at the MCG, which is the most iconic ground in the world.
And just a match question, just the short stuff, short bowling from New Zealand.
Yeah.
A, you expect more of it, and B, dealing with it, is it a team planning thing or an individual planning thing?
Yeah, we're certainly expecting plenty more of it. I'm sure they are as well coming back. So, look, we've left that up to the individual, how you want to play that. We normally do with our batting. Our batting plans are very individual, and guys are accountable for that. And we all know how each other are trying to bat and how each other are going to try and deal with what's thrown at them. So, it's just about going out, executing, and having good communication with your mate at the other end to keep each other on track. I think it's pretty clear the way they're going to go about their cricket. I thought they showed their hand in Perth, so we've had a long time to train for it, to think about it and prepare for it, and we certainly have. And I know the boys are looking forward to it.
Tim, if I could just ask one on sort of the leadership and where that sits. I know you sort of just playing each test match as it comes, but when have you sat down and had conversations about that? And because I know you've got probably one more test, and then there is
Yep.
a bit of a time out in terms of test matches.
I've sat with JL and I've sat with Cracker, and we're all really clear on what's happening and where we're going. Like I said, this group's got some real goals that we want to achieve over the next 12 months, and I'm having constant communication with particularly those two guys, and I will now with George Bailey in the near future. So we're all really clear, we're all really happy, and as I said, the feel, I said in Perth, the feel around this team at the moment is great. It's an excellent place to be working or playing your cricket, so I'm enjoying it as much as I ever have.
Do you see yourself going to Bangladesh as captain at this stage?
You never know. We'll wait and see, but probably.
Thanks, Scott.
Thank you.